Hey there, I'm Atlas. I'm a tarot card reader and a queer and trans person and millennial in NYC.
If you're just here for this spiritual advice, timestamps in the comments.
Everyone is welcome here, whether you're queer, you're trans, or whatever your political views are. I mean, as long as you're not a jerk, then yeah, you're welcome here to learn or just see New York City.
Trouble that can be named, the tigers waiting to be tamed. I'm singing
Today's vlog is about spiritual baths, how to do one yourself, and what they can do for you, how they can make your life more successful, cleanse your energy. And if you're new here, I have a very rich spiritual world, and I believe in energy. I also believe in science, and I believe that science just doesn't have the tools to measure these like energetic vibrations that stuff like spiritual baths or sacred smoke or tarot or energy healing. And currently I am doing a 9-day spiritual bath because 9 has been a number that has shown up a lot in my life, and Dad got 9 stitches. Sorry about the gore.
Spiritual cleansing is about more than just following a recipe or doing a bath or lighting some smoke. It's engaging with a technology that you're using that will make your life better. But nonetheless, like that shit is, as humans in these human bodies, it is our job to manage that emotional labor that's necessary and the physical labor that's necessary to do spiritual cleansing.
You might be asking yourself,
Atlas, you seem like a smart boy.
do you actually believe that this can solve
Everything?
that all can like be washed off by this concoction of herbs and some oils and intention? I don't think everything can be washed off, but I do think a whole lot can. Like taking a shower. If you go out to the beach and you're dirty all day because you've moved through the world and done all of these things, then you need to take a shower. That's what a spiritual bath is, but for your energy. And you want to think about the spiritual bath not like fixing everything. Depending on what your beliefs are, this is just my belief, take it or leave it. When energy gets sent towards us, my culture calls it mal ojo. When people think really negative things about you, or we create energy around us, and that can be heavy stuff. It can be sadness, it can be anger. There's so many things. So these are normal to feel, but they do leave an energetic resonance. And it can cause your energy around you to be affected. And one way to prevent that from happening is like the proper spiritual bath.
I spiritually bathe very, very, very often because I believe that it helps my aura field and my life and my health and all that kind of stuff. I believe in them very strongly.
Y'all, I've been sitting here like, I don't know, for like a week at this point, because like apparently Dad is not talented at walking. Yeah, I took a tumble and I had to get 9 stitches. 9. Anyway, that's a whole story. Yeah, it hurt and it bled and it was like gory and stuff. But I was also reflecting on how grateful I was that I had the capacity to be able to just like walk to the medical care that I needed. Anyway, what is a spiritual bath, you might be asking? Well, a spiritual bath can come in a lot of different ways. A spiritual bath can be an individual in the bathtub and they throw some flowers and some oils or whatevs into the bath. Sometimes you pour them into the bathtub and sit in the bathtub with them. And also they prescribe like different times. Some spiritual baths you take them at night before you go to bed, and other spiritual baths you take them in the morning before you talk to anyone, and some don't even matter on like a more intense spiritual end. If you are working with a spiritualist, somebody that is initiated within their spiritual tradition and they have that access within their practice, sometimes they will make them for you. People have different charges based upon the complexity and their skill, maybe your situation. If you're working with a legitimate practitioner, spiritual baths can really, really help you and change your life with my spiritual baths. The cleansing is coming through. Anyway, lots of different traditions use bathing. For instance, in Judaism, there's something called the mikveh, and it's this very specific sort of pool of water that has like specific types of water in it. Sorry about the sounds. It's Brooklyn, New York on a Saturday night, and I have my window open. It's Boys to Men. I don't know if y'all can hear this. Somebody had on Whitney Houston earlier, the Waiting to Exhale song, and now it's Boys to Men, End of the Road. I don't know if it's the same person going through it, like with a relationship or something. Anyway, spiritual baths. Spiritual bath I'm doing today that you're going to see, that one you're specifically supposed to pour it over your head. Let me say that you should definitely listen to the spiritual practitioner that made your bath, or if you're following like a specific recipe from a specific like belief, because say that once I did a spiritual bath from this very powerful spiritualist, and he was like,
make sure not to pour this over your head.
But I was a bit more green, like naive, when I did this spiritual bath, and on the very last day, I was like,
Oh, I should just pour it over my head just to see what happens.
and I did, and then the next morning, I woke up with a broken tooth. I did the bath at night, and then I woke up, and I moved my mouth around, and I was like,
Oh, my tooth feels funny.
and it cracked in half. I hadn't done anything the day before, or there was no other reason for it to crack in half. So be careful, be cautious with these like energetic things that you're doing. The spiritual bath is this magic concoction. It's like a potion. As you pour it over your body, it can do different things. You can often find them at like a botanica, but a spiritual bath can also be herbs that you make yourself. The blend that I'm doing right now is rosemary, spearmint, and cloves. I'm throwing a stop oil that's made by this very powerful spiritual like empress that I buy products from, and I'm praying really hard over it. I'm praying Psalms 51 over it. Good morning. We're about to do our spiritual bath. The spiritual bath I'm doing today, it's tradition to wake up before dawn to do the bath, but it is later than dawn right now, and I'm gonna do it anyway. It's okay. And this one you're supposed to do before you talk to anyone, another human. But this is cool because you're not here in this moment, so I think it's cool. It's so bizarre because I feel like nervous with you guys there, and I feel like I'm jacking up my hair. And I know that you're not here in the bathroom with me, but in these pandemic times, I have not been back to a barber since February of 2020. I have been doing my own hair pretty much since I was like 14 or something, and I was dyeing it with purple and stuff. I'm in New York City, and this was the literal epicenter of the pandemic in March of 2020. I had COVID, the novel version, the very first one. I got on the subway when we were really concerned about like washing our hands and stuff when we actually needed to be wearing masks. My hair grows so fast. I just did this like, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, not long ago. It grows so fast, like 3/4 of an inch minimum of my hair.
Where I want to take
Not my very best work, but also not my worst. What do y'all think?
Now we're going to do our spiritual bath. Is a hoodoo one from this book. It's for spiritual cleansing. You typically use it right when you're about to like do some energy work or spells, if you want to call it. And it's got mint there, you can see, and rosemary. And oh, can you see the cloves at the bottom? I'll show you. Cloves, you can kind of see them at the bottom. With hoodoo practice is that you really have to put strong intention into it. That strong, genuine intention of yours is what activates the magic. Along with that, when you say these very specific words from specific psalms, it like charges the magic. I have learned this a bit of like the hard way. Since I was a teenager, I always knew that the Book of Psalms was like a spell book. I would like change different things, different wording to make it make sense to me. And recently I decided, let me just say exactly what is in this psalm. And I did that. And yeah, it worked. The goal that I was going towards, that worked out a lot better and faster than I thought it would by saying these exact words. What you're gonna need is your spiritual bath, something to collect the bath water in, because we're going to use that bath water afterwards to sort of finish getting rid of the spell, and something to create a portal. You can use anything that is like energetically activated. I am using an obsidian pyramid. If I had 2 of these, I would use 2 of these, but I don't. I'm using this and this that I have. It's a pretty good size, and I've worked with it before, so I'm using that to create theirs. What we're gonna do is, now that we have our bath, we're gonna take a regular shower. Once you're done with that regular shower, you pour it over your head and kind of let it seep down your body and pour it over different parts of your body. And you want to catch just maybe a little bit, a small amount of the bath water. And we're gonna take the bath water when we're done, get rid of it at a crossroads, which is way easier than it sounds. So let's get started. The next thing we're going to do is step out backwards. So we stepped in, and we're going to step out backwards forward.
We are walking towards a crossroads to dump our bath water. It's actually about sunset. I should have done this not long after I took the bath, but I was busy, and so I'm sitting in a corner and I'm gonna turn around and I have my back facing west. I'm gonna throw it over my left shoulder and I'm going to say, I'm spiritually clean and uncrossed, and as the sun sets in the west, so it does upon my former condition. And then you turn around and walk home. I accidentally made a little circle, like a cat when you're getting ready to go to sleep. I don't know if energetically what that does, but I am doing these baths until next Friday. I've got 5 more to do, 5 more to go. So I guess I'm gonna wash off whatever may have gotten back on me. Or, I believe in spells, energy work. If that is your belief and that somebody is sending something towards you, then a spiritual bath can cleanse and help to prevent spiritual infection or whatever, but it's not going to fix it totally. You're going to have to do your own work to figure out why this spiritual condition is happening,
how to protect yourself from it later. And, how much cleansing do you actually need?
I will caution one thing. If you are doing energy at another person, I'm not going to say no, but I have felt the repercussions, because it's not just, oh, I can have some protection up around me. It's also that I've gone to this vibration and maybe they deserve it. And you're like, all right, I'm going to take this hit. Sometimes that vibration you're sending out is going to be one that attracts things into your life. Maybe your energy work towards another person might be effective. Just keep in mind what it does to you. 2 books that I often will reference when I'm doing spiritual work. I highly recommend this book, Hoodoo for War and Peace. I'm in here for peace, but if you need some defensive energy in your life, as well as Deliverance, Chiron Armad, and these hoodoo spells are super effective. So I hope y'all liked watching me put together this spiritual bath. Anyway, it's just about time for my bedtime. What was it? What was I talking about?
Spiritual cleanse.
And, well, back...
Spiritual.
Back to spiritual baths. Thanks for watching.